Welcome back to the Big Saturday Show. Well, it's almost here. The end of former President Trump's Title 42, the pandemic-era policy, allowed the U.S. government to quickly expel migrants who crossed into the U.S. illegally. After Thursday, it's going to be a free-for-all. The Biden administration is in staunch denial of that. Here's Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
Our border is secure. Border is secure because we are maximizing our resources to deliver the most effective results to our border with the most extraordinary workforce in the world.
Yeah, Charlie, it hasn't really seemed secure as millions have flooded over here illegally without punishment, and now it's only going to get worse when Title 42 expires.
Yeah, it's going to explode. He's such a liar. It's so amazing to look at those clips. I remember 2 years ago when he started making claims like that and thinking, I made bets with people that, oh, he's going to be the fall guy for the administration. At some point, this is going to be so bad for them because one of the things we learned in 2016, the issue of illegal immigration and an open border has been sort of a slow-burning sleeper issue for 30 years, and then it just kind of all came to a head because one guy comes along, Donald Trump, and says, hey, this is a problem, you know, and of course it was something Democrats and Republicans both cared about. And now it's even worse than it was over the past several decades. So I think that I think that everybody in Washington is overlooking, and especially the Biden administration, how bad this is going to wind up being for them politically. The question is, for me, is whether Republicans will be smart enough to figure out how to harness it and make the tough promises to actually do something about it.
I hope so. I hope they call out the Biden administration, and I hope voters care about it. Julie, so the Biden administration is now going to send active duty troops, but let's take a listen to something Kamala Harris has said in the past about deploying troops to the border. Let's take a listen.
I believe that it is inappropriate to require the limited resources of the United States military to be used in such a way, all because there needed to be some demonstration for the TV cameras based on a political agenda.
So that's from 2018.
Yeah, that's sweet. When Title 42 ends, let's just be clear, there will be a full invasion and full swing of invasion of illegal immigrants in this country, reminiscent of the Afghanistan withdrawal. Okay, that is how serious this is. And the fact that this White House thinks that it's some sort of political stunt is absolutely absurd. Mayorkas, instead, here's his take. To the individuals themselves who are thinking of migrating, that's you, if you're watching us in Mexico or Venezuela, listen to this warning. Do not believe the smugglers. Please access the official government publications. Please access the official government information on the Department of Homeland Security website for accurate information. I'm really sure that smugglers right now are going www.homelandsecurity.com. Ooh, it says here the border is not open, so we should deter. What is the deterrent? There is no .gov. I'm so sorry. Seriously, there is no deterrent whatsoever. And for Mayorkas to come out and say that the border is not open is an outright lie. Obviously, this White House is in complete denial. And with 42 over, she talks about how, bringing troops to the border would be bad back in 2018. Now they're bringing troops to the border. Well, maybe you shouldn't have taken them out of Afghanistan, and then you know what you were doing. They don't know what they're doing overseas. They don't know what they're doing at our borders. They don't know what they're doing, period.
Well, and I want to pull up this. So now Joe Biden, he created this crisis, and now he's trying to use it in the fentanyl crisis to re-up Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. So there's this political headline, as you see there at home. It says Biden has a new pitch to re-up a controversial surveillance program, and Republicans might like it. It goes on to say this, quote, keep going, quote, the Biden administration is leaning into a politically potent issue, fentanyl trafficking from Mexico, to convince lawmakers to reauthorize a controversial George W. Bush-era surveillance program. Let's take a listen to some of the debate that's happening on Capitol Hill over this.
I lose sleep over the 3.4 million warrantless searches of Americans' communications using FISA Section 702.
It's more important than ever that we ensure that our civil rights are protected as our national security agencies gather this intelligence.
Americans are being picked up in this incidental collection. We don't know the number. My guess is it's pretty darn big.
So, Tom, not only did he create this crisis at the border, but now he's trying to use it to re-up the ability to spy on us, American citizens.
Yeah, it's like whatever they can use to get their little pet projects. I mean, 702, that's dumb. Title 42 is dumb. I'm not worried about illegal immigration because of COVID. And, that shouldn't be our stopgap. Oh, please, let's keep Title 42. I mean, that whole thing was idiotic anyway. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. But Mayorkas can just stare into the camera and say the border is not open. And he knows most of the press is not going to call him on it. Because in the end, whenever you have these discussions, people say, well, we all want the same thing. We don't want the same thing. And this is where Republicans run into trouble, is they don't play hardball enough with these guys. Basically, you've got to confront them with the fact that we know they want the border open. That's part of the globalist mentality that these people have. They really don't like borders. They don't even like the idea of nation states anymore. The globalists really want a borderless country. And eventually it's going to be too late, and they're going to say, oh, well, what are we going to do?
Yeah, I mean, this is happening because they want it to happen. Well, good points, Tom.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.